All right, in this lesson, we are going to talk about creating a database application from scratch. And this one's very, very simple. So to get started with, in this first video, I want to just show you how to create your own database file. And we're just using SQLite because it's pretty easy and there's some decent free tools available. One of the tools I recommend is this DB browser for SQLite. Okay, so this is free, cross-platform. It works really, really well on just about any system you want to use it on. So this is what I recommend. It's a really easy download. You just download it here and install it. It should be really straightforward. All right, and so next up is a data source, and for this video we are going to use this site here, Makaroo, and this thing will generate some data for you. It's really pretty nice. There's a paid version and a free version. We're just going to use the free version. In the free version, you can generate up to 1,000 rows of realistic test data in multiple different types, formats. If you take a look, if you add just the sheer amount of various things you can choose to generate here is pretty amazing. So you can choose a lot of different types of data. So this site, to me, is really, really handy. And for the purposes of this video, we're just going to generate some really basic. So we're going to use ID, first name, last name, email, and that's about it. So I'm going to get rid of these and then just generate 1,000 rows of data. Click on download data. And so that generates a CSV file of all that data. Okay. All right. And so what we want to do next is get it from that CSV file into a MySQL database file. And so to do that, we're going to use DB browser for SQLite. So when it pops up, it will look like this. Okay. And what we want to do is click on New Database. And then just save that some location. I'm just going to save mine in the downloads file for right now. And I'm going to call mine temp DB. So this is just one that we're going to use for this application. So just give it some name and save it. This edit table definition will pop up, and so you can just cancel that. And then what we want to do is just go to File and then Import. And then table from CSV file. And then navigate to where you downloaded that Makaroo data at, and mine's in downloads. Oh, I thought it was in downloads. No, it should be there. Maybe I did the wrong thing. So file, import, table from CSV file. Oh, I see. Well, oh, I clicked opened it, sorry. All right, so there it is. Click open, and there you'll see your data, or at least a preview. And so make sure you check this column names in the first line, because that's how this Mockery data is set up. So the columns will have the names ID, first name, last name, and email, and then change the table name to, I'm going to change it to employees and set it up that way. So you'll get this message that the import's completed, and then you can just verify that your data is in there by going to Browse Data. And there's only one table in this database, but if there were multiple ones, then you would choose the table from here, and then you can see all the data in the database file. Okay. All right, and then write the changes. That will basically save your changes, and then you can close that out and close out DB browser for SQLite. All right, and so then just make sure you know where your database file is located. Mine's in the downloads file. All right, and so then what we're going to do is have that in our put that into our Eclipse project to use. Okay. All right, and so that is it on this one. That shows you how to get a or create your own database file. This will be posted on Bitbucket for you to look at. It'll be posted there. It'll be slightly different because I'm kind of doing this by hand, but you can use that database file that's located on Bitbucket if you want to. You don't have to create your own. All right, and so, but anyway, this is useful for creating your own database file, kind of the way you want it. It's not optimized or anything. That's a totally different class. If you've taken database management before, you know that dumping everything into a single table like a spreadsheet is not the optimal way to go. But again, that's not, that's kind of outside the scope of this class. You would learn that information in your database management class. Okay. All right, and so that is it for this one.